Okay. Got that recording.
You know how long it's been since I had a Coke?
Just Peroni there.
Earlier today.
Yeah,
but
Peroni, man.
I don't feel like
Oh,
it.
you pansy.
I went to bed at like 2 a.m. last night. I can't be fucked.
No, Peroni. Which is actually pretty good. Alright,
Well,
welcome.
new sponsors?
Welcome.
We'll see.
Welcome to another episode of Circle Kick Podcast. This will be the fourth?
Fourth.
12th.
12th.
27th.
50th.
11.5.
Vertical hold.
It's just a lot of this, to be
Yeah.
honest. You can tune out now.
Yeah.
Alright, hopefully I've got this camera working properly. So, god damn it, I hope the file
Did we
doesn't
spend
get
a lot of
corrupted.
time in the last podcast talking about the camera?
Well, there was actually one part where...
I'm pretty sure you were complaining and saying,
No.
what the fuck is up with this camera?
No, you were like, I remember you ranting on like about kids bitching about bad games, and you're like, you haven't played a bad game in your life, and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll say it to the camera. Kids, you have not played a bad game in your life.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So yeah, hopefully it'll
When you
work.
show that footage, can you make it black and white and put the word reenactment below it?
Yes.
You haven't played a bad game in your life, and then you just freeze frame it. Like,
Yes.
Oh, and
Don't let the pirates
and
brand
while you're at it-
2016.
While you're at it, do the thug life thing as well.
2016.
Because everyone's fucking doing that now.
No.
I like
It's
the
the
pigeon that stole
motherfucking
the
deal double
cigarette.
cheese.
See that one? They didn't even have to do the CG cigarette. The pigeon stole the... It was like a pigeon or a dove or something, and it like stole the cigarette.
No, I haven't
And
seen
they
that
just
one.
put the sunnies on it, and that was it.
And the sunnies
Because
on
they
it.
already had the cigarette.
All right.
Pigeons.
One thing I would like to discuss, which has been pretty much now slowly fading hot topic, is something that I haven't seen.
Sounds
something
like a great band name. Slowly fading hot
Hot
topic.
It's like,
with-
because
with
we're
their-
always on top of the news a month later.
with a hit single, "No Girls Allowed."
No girls allowed. Wait, what?
Yep, they're a boy band.
They're a boy band. Slowly fading hot topic.
Yes. This is something that I haven't seen, but I've been doing a shit ton of research of it. This is something that Fabian hasn't seen, but this is definitely something that Aaron has seen, and that is
And we all know Aaron's opinion on the
Superman versus Batman. Now,
Let it be shown that I did like Deadpool, so I do like good movies. I
Yeah.
just don't like being fed the same shit again and told that it's new. You can't sprinkle some sugar
Yeah.
on the same old shit
Now-
and be like, hey, look.
yeah,
You
this
should.
now I've known that you disliked this movie for quite some time, but I've been purposely not asking for specifics because I just thought it'd be something great to record. So, picture this, Aaron.
So wait,
How
hold on.
annoyed
Okay.
would you have been if I actually said, well, actually, I enjoyed it.
No. My thing was that you've blatantly had Aaron hold on to these opinions.
Not
for
really.
like-
When I
No.
really talk
He's been
between
voicing it to
podcasts.
other people, but I haven't heard it.
Oh,
But-
right. This is all new to you.
Yeah, this is new to me.
Okay.
So, Aaron, picture this. Like like when a writer comes out with a new book, and there's like that ceremony where he's like, all right, here comes the author of this new hit book, something, and he comes out and reads a thingamajiggy, and then afterwards he says, thank you, everyone claps and
So
stuff.
this is my prepared statement.
This is
that
your
I didn't
prepared
prepare.
statement. So, picture
You are so unprepared for this. It's not funny.
picture this. Okay, you're waiting at the back, and someone comes up. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending. Thank you for your time and effort for coming out here. And now, without further ado, giving his review for Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, I give you Aaron Pulis. Everyone claps in. All right, he comes out wearing a okay fitted suit with glasses, because all writers wear glasses.
And I have to like shuffle some papers in my
Yeah,
hand for a bit
you have to
first.
shuffle something.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed.
Is this lapel on?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on. It's on.
Well, thank you for gathering here today. I know I'm not the best candidate for the role, but I've been elected nonetheless.
All right.
Yeah, I get angry about a lot of movies recently, and it's not that I hate these new movies, it's just that they keep trying to dress up the same old shit with glitter and sparkle glue and say, hey,
CGI
look, it's
monster.
a new thing. Now, this movie didn't suffer from that problem. It was incredibly new, boring stuff.
Oh, good to know.
The trailer shows you every single thing you need to see about the movie. There is nothing in the movie that isn't recapped by the trailer.
Which trailer? Was this the one where they did the big Doomsday
Any of the
reveal?
17 of them
Right.
that got shown. Yeah, Doomsday was way too CG. In fact, when they said, "Meet your Doomsday" in the movie, I yelled out, "That's not Doomsday, you shut up."
Okay, because I remember this is when that trailer first came out, Daniel coming around to my place and saying, "This is why I don't like this trailer," and his entire argument hinged on the fact that I can't fucking stand the CG monster.
CG. No, like I'm with Aaron. Yeah, it's supposed to be Doomsday.
doesn't fit into that
but
universe
it is not
at
like
all.
no. You are
Everything's
not Doomsday.
gritty and realistic.
You are generic CGI
Did
monster.
I not say exactly that to you? I said,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem like Doomsday. And I think someone actually came up to me recently when I told them my opinion, and I said, it feels out of place in the gritty, realistic world.
That
And
they've just spent an entire 4-hour movie creating in the first one.
Exactly. And what got me the most is he turns around and goes, "You're going to tell me that Doomsday is out of place in a world where Man of Steel exists, where him and General Zod punch on through a city?"
Yep.
And I'm going,
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly how out of place. Tonally, it seems completely fucking off. And I stick with that. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm still not exactly
I'm finding
impressed.
it very, very hard to
Take it
work up
seriously?
the energy. To go.
Yeah, me too.
I still had to disagree with a lot of the critics
Yeah.
because I come out and they were praising. They were like, at least one good thing about it was the amazing job that Eisenberg did as Luthor.
No,
he did a fucking amazing job playing the Joker.
Yeah.
But he was not Lex Luthor. He played the wrong fucking character the entire movie, and everyone was like, "Oh, yay!"
That's another thing that
Is this
I
going to
struggle
turn into
with.
another
This.
Heath Ledger
He-
not being
no.
the best Joker kind of
I didn't
thing?
say
or-
that. I like it.
No, Heath
Okay.
Ledger.
I thought you
that
were-
is
The only thing I liked about that movie.
that I will stick by, but I agree with Aaron. Like, I'm just too used
he had
to.
hair the whole movie, and he was.
I heard he lost his
He
hair.
was
Someone said he
basically
lost it.
obsessed with Batman,
What?
Holy
and he
shit,
was
he
crazy. He was the Joker.
Are you kidding me? Why? Wait, why is Lex Luthor obsessed with Batman? That makes no goddamn
Ask Zack
sense.
Snyder.
Because again, I haven't seen the movie, but I'm used to, and I can't. Maybe I've just seen it too much, but I just cannot get used, fathom a Lex Luthor that isn't like
Kevin
intelligent,
was
methodical.
I still say
They're very
out of all-
professional,
out of all the
but
With
movie
trouble
Lex
controlling
Luthor-
his rage,
Exactly.
not insanity like fucking.
Yeah.
No, he's not that kind of insane.
Oh, get
Lex
you
Luthor,
back, man!
Lex Luthor's never been like that.
Yeah.
No, he was in this because of Jesse Eisenberg, and I kept. There was no the other thing I tried to do early on in the movie because I really wanted to like this movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but
See-
what I tried to do early on in the movie is I'm like, all right, this obviously aren't going to compare to my preconceptions of these characters. These
Let's
characters,
let it go
these
and try
characters
to,
are
yeah.
being established in this world. Let me just go off what they're telling me, but they fucking tell you nothing. Basically, about Batman, I know his parents died, he fell in a hole, and now he's Batman.
Because I know that they're
About
trying to
Wonder
avoid-
Woman, I know even less.
I know that they're trying to avoid all of the origin stories because if not, it's going to have that Spider-Man reboot scene.
Yeah, they weren't ready for
Where
it.
they
They
keep
weren't
fucking-
ready to make this movie. They were trying to catch up to Marvel by shoving
Yeah.
all these characters in
I
before
agree.
anybody knew who they were. They had trippy fucking flashbacks from future. Weird dream
Future
sequence.
flashbacks.
The Flash from the future. He went back.
Oh shit! Wait, because I did hear
just
the
in
Flash
a weird,
was-
but it was in a weird trippy dream.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even think it was real.
Man,
They just it was an absolute schmozzle. It was boring for the first hour and a half.
that's the thing.
I love the word schmozzle. I
the-
have not
the
heard
best-
that in ages.
the best.
Rigmarole as well.
Or
I've-
flabbergasted.
Yeah, the best I've heard of this movie is it is average, and that right there
That's
is not
disappointing
good.
because a superhero
Because
movie.
no, this isn't just a superhero movie. This is the first ever movie that Batman and Superman
appeared
are in
together
the same
in live
fucking
action.
film.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing it can be
Is
is
average.
average.
Plus, these are
And that's the
characters
best
that-
one.
These are characters that people know, and by introducing them early before they were ready, they may have fucked up the next 5 movies that I was actually interested in. I've seen Batman 100 times. I've seen Superman 100 times, like their origin stories. I wasn't particularly interested in that. Shit like Green Lantern Corps and Shazam
Aquaman.
and Aquaman
For me, it's the
and
Flash.
Wonder Woman
I
and
would
the
love
Flash.
to see the
I would have
Flash.
loved to have seen them in big film, but now it all hinges on Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman doesn't do well, Warner Brothers are going to pull it. 'Cause
Well,
they're scared of...
Warner Brothers have actually made a statement after this.
Didn't they
saying
change
that
the Suicide Squad trailer? You mentioned this to me
Well,
the other day.
They
Here's
put
the-
Ben Affleck in it, which I neither... He
was
wasn't bad.
already-
Here's the thing.
He wasn't what
The best
brought the movie
thing-
down
the-
in any way.
the main
he just
thing-
didn't add anything to it.
the main thing that I've been getting throughout all the reviews I've been seeing is that Ben Affleck's Batman is the best Batman.
No.
It
I
is
have
better-
seen
I've
some
heard-
reviews about that.
I've heard
so, yeah.
people saying it was better than Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Oh, I think Michael Keaton was better than Christopher Nolan's
Yeah, it's
Batman.
hard to beat Michael Keaton in anything, but
Because he was the best all-round Batman. He was a good Bruce Wayne, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good Batman.
yeah, but
Val Kilmer was a fucking awesome Batman,
But a
a
terrible
horrible
Bruce
Bruce Wayne.
And
George
George
Clooney
Clooney was
was
the
an
opposite.
amazing Bruce Wayne, but a horrible
For
Batman.
Batman.
No,
Christian Bale was horrible at both.
George Clooney was not Batman or Bruce Wayne. He was George Clooney.
Yeah, who is essentially the character that Bruce Wayne is.
Yes,
designed-
exactly.
Wait, I was going to say, putting George Clooney in a Batman movie is like putting Sylvester Stallone in a Judge Dredd movie. It's a fucking skin around a Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone movie. It's just like, this is a skin around a George Clooney movie. That's the way I view those movies.
But no, he was like passable. He didn't subtract anything from the role. But the thing is that what separates the Marvel universe from these characters is that when I watch a Marvel movie, I now watch these movies and I'm like, I could not see anybody but Chris Evans playing Captain America ever again.
They
I
own
could
the
not
role.
see anybody but Chris Hemsworth playing Thor. I could see anybody as Superman still. He's still. I
And-
still don't
yeah.
think the guy's surpassed Christopher
Yeah.
Reeves. Like, he's all right. He's
You know what,
passable. I've got no problem with him, but he doesn't own it.
I wasn't too bad with the Superman that was before this
Brandon
one.
Ruth
Brandon
is
Ruth.
okay.
Brandon Ruth was actually not bad. I
Well,
think
to
he was.
to put it this way, if I see Brandon Ruth in a movie, I say, "Hey, it's Superman."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go, "Hey, it's
That's
Henry
true.
Cavill." I'll still
Bring
go,
him
"Hey,
back.
it's Ben
He
Affleck."
did all right.
It's true.
And if I see Chris in The Huntsman, I'm like, "Hey, it's Thor."
That's true. If I go and see Henry Cavill in anything else, I don't automatically assume. Wait, wasn't Henry Cavill also the guy in Passion of the Christ? Or am I completely
No,
off?
that's Jim Caviezel.
No, that's
Jim
Jim.
Caviezel. You
He
see?
should play Superman.
I would love to see Jim Caviezel as Superman. Because
Super
then
Jesus.
he comes up like, "Hey, it's Jesus."
Would be.
Hey, it's Jesus.
No, none of them own their roles at all.
Here's-
Every time I see Ben Affleck, I mean, I hate to say
I
it,
feel like Jason Momoa
No,
ended
I
up
just keep
owning
thinking-
Aquaman.
Here's
I'm
the
sorry.
thing.
It's like I just see it. Hey, it's Daredevil.
Ben Affleck is. Have you heard the news that it is confirmed that there will be another standalone Batman film?
And I heard
He
he wants
is-
to put a story
No,
into
no,
it.
no, no,
doesn't
no,
he?
no.
Or
It's
direct
confirmed
it.
that he is both starring and directing.
Cool.
And that
He did.
I'm.
He directed.
I'm down for that.
He directed part of Gone Girl as well, didn't he? I think he did.
No,
He
he
did.
he
I
directed
didn't get through
Gone
all
Girl.
of Gone Girl,
I
but
like it.
I got about halfway through, and
Now-
everyone says it gets really
Now
great.
here's
at that
where
point.
things get interesting.
All right.
Because I've
Throw it
been
at
also
me.
doing a lot of research. Apparently, there's been during the whole filming, there's been a little bit of disagreements between Ben Affleck and what's the
Snyder.
Snyder.
Zack Snyder through in the directing department. They've been
Juicy.
getting in a little bit of a cahoots thing going.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's the interesting thing.
Uh-huh.
And Zack Snyder did not like that, and I can understand. You don't like if you're a director, you don't want
Someone muscling in on your shit. I get
someone
it.
muscling in your things. But here's the thing: Ben
Don't
Affleck isn't.
hire actors that have been
Ben-
in it longer than
Here's
you
the
have.
thing: Ben Affleck is not just muscling in. He has won a Academy Award for directing for Argo. Which
That
is
was a good movie.
That was a masterpiece.
I haven't seen it. I should watch
good
it.
do
movie.
yourself a favor; your life will be better. And
It's
he
not
also.
what, it's not what I was expecting. It was
Yeah.
a good, different. part
And
of the
he
movie.
also won an Oscar for writing Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Now, if
But
this
with Matt
guy
Damon.
is giving you pointers
You
about
kind of-
a
Listen.
movie, you fucking take it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it. You know, I've always seen it as a mutual respect thing. You know, it's like if an actor goes up to another actor and says, "Hey, man, you know what? I like the way you're doing it, but have you thought about doing it this way?" You don't automatically shut them down by saying, "I'm goddamn Christian Bale. I'll knock your shit out." You know, you don't respond aggressively. You take it upon it, and then you have a back and forth. You have a constructive dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the way I see it in anyone.
You don't go Pete Russell.
Like the
Yeah,
constructive
exactly.
dialogue that went for an hour in The Watchmen.
And here's an interesting thing, because I've been having this conversation with my brother, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Is Zack Snyder becoming the next Michael Bay?
No, Michael Bay is still entertaining.
Because here's the
I don't
thing.
know, man.
Here's the thing about Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
The movies he creates look good. The looks department they've got going.
The costumes are good. The lighting is good.
Yeah.
Visual, so
No,
visually-
actually, it wasn't.
visually,
But-
it's appealing.
Actually, it wasn't.
Really?
The
Why?
lighting was horrible.
Yeah. I've heard
So
that.
I thought that a lot of the scenes in Dark Knight Rises and Dark Knight were hard to watch because they're dark. They're at night. This was worse to watch. There was a Batmobile chase where I actually couldn't see what was going on. I'm like, which one of those is the Batmobile? And that
That's
should
the
not
key.
have to be said.
Okay,
you know.
I want to ask something about that. So when you say it's too dark, is it purely the lighting, or is it also the fact that the camera judders about?
A bit
and
of
fucking... Okay, because Daniel and I
the
were watching
Bourne
something...
camera kind of thing where it's
Yeah.
shaky cam.
Yeah, because Daniel and I were watching something interesting that
It doesn't
they...
help the absolute minimal lighting that they've got. They didn't light the streets. They've just filmed at night.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we were watching something cool yesterday that Hayden showed us, and it was some of the difference between Western and Eastern cinema. And with Western cinema, sometimes the action's too quick because the camera bobs around, it's on dollies and shit like that. Whereas in Eastern cinema, it's like a still shot.
And it's steady.
And
It
it's
is
steady. And
situate.
sometimes they'll show a scene twice. Like if someone throws a punch, the punch will throw all the way till it's about to connect, and then it'll do a close-up, but the punch is still here, and your mind kind of connects it into one long shot, but it registers the information a lot more easily. Yeah, because
just one punch.
Yeah, it's just one punch, even though it kind of, you see it twice, but
Instant
it happens
replay,
quickly.
yeah.
Exactly. And your mind is able to absorb that and take it in, and that's why you go, wow, that was impressive. And I can't help but wonder, because after watching that shit opened my eyes when I saw that yesterday, any action scene Hollywood's doing, it always feels like... I mean, after seeing the second Transformers movie, I couldn't watch the rest
And
of them because
again-
I
Have I
was
shown
all
you-
over the goddamn place.
Have I shown you the thing from the Onion News on the Iron Man DVD?
No.
Where they do a joke article about how they're taking a risky move of making a full-length movie out of the Iron Man trailer.
No, actually.
It is one of the best Onion sketches I've ever seen. It's like, yes, they're turning the beloved Iron Man trailer into a
full
feature-length film. They'll probably put some sort of love story between these scenes, really slow it down. Like, that's basically what is becoming of all these trailers. And the other thing I wanted to say about the movie, it's a bit off topic because I wanted to go back to the movie because before I forget it, is that they spend so much time developing Superman's reasons for fighting Batman. They spend no time developing Batman's reasons for fighting Superman. It's basically just, I'm Batman.
See,
I'm Batman the movie.
okay, this is something I wanted to bring up because you've seen The Dark Knight Returns. I know you weren't a fan of it.
I wasn't a fan, but like I now appreciate it a lot more.
That's what I was gonna, okay.
If it's
Thank
done
you, Dawn of
anything,
Justice.
it's increased my opinion.
Alright, and you've seen Dark Knight Returns. See,
Yes.
I personally think it's one of the better animated movies out there. Just my personal opinion on it. But when Batman goes in to fight Superman, you know fully fucking well why he's doing it. I'm sorry, you're a corrupt symbol of everything that we need to fight, and we need to say, we as humans can defeat you, we make you bleed, blah, 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 you know, his whole fucking ending speech, which is amazing. This disappoints me because
I'm sure you've seen the memes on the
Martha
internet.
ones?
That is how the fight ends.
Ah, fuck off.
That is legitimately how the fight ends, with
I am
them going,
so-
your mum's name is Martha? My mum's name is Martha.
Are we best friends now?
Yes.
Yes.
That is 100% accurate.
I
I've never
did
seen
not
a
know
more accurate
this.
meme.
I've told you about this meme. Aaron,
I've seen the meme everywhere,
I was
but I had no
hoping-
idea what
I
it was.
That was the
praying
best
that
thing to
wasn't
come out of
the
the
case.
movie. That is legitimately how the fight ends,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Doomsday comes.
I was honestly sitting here like, when I saw those memes, I thought, nah, people are
That's
just
a joke.
exaggerating. It's
No,
got to be a joke.
It is 100% accurate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you about this meme, and you used to tell me about the sad Affleck one, and I think
And
that's
that
where
was
the
funny
conversation
too, yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, it's not a fight scene.
went. As in,
It's-
between Doomsday or between the two of them?
No, so I've noticed when I'm watching anime recently, why I'm watching the later seasons of Bleach. and I realize why it doesn't measure up
Yeah.
to something like Dragon Ball Z.
Uh-huh.
Because Dragon Ball Z had fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach
Mhm.
and this movie have one dude wailing on the other dude, and then it's the other dude's turn to wail on this dude.
So they take
There's
turns
yeah.
fighting.
So Batman is slaughtering Superman for a bit, and then Superman slaughters Batman for a bit, and then that's not a fight scene.
Jesus.
It's a wail. It's your turn.
Wow, that's...
Here you go. Here's the baton.
You have really crushed any life that this movie could have had for
Yeah.
me right now.
I don't have to do
I-
much.
I
It
struggled-
really related out for me this time.
The Martha thing kind of hurt because I wasn't sure how serious that was, and now I'm like, oh,
no, it's
God.
legit.
You know what?
Louise can confirm.
Really? Fuck that.
Anfo will also confirm.
Really? Anfo's seen it too.
Yeah, we had a good rant
to,
about it.
I would love to hear Anfo's take on this now that I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna talk to him tonight and just go, dude, Aaron said talk to you about Batman v Superman.
He said you loved it.
He said you... Oh, no, that's good. I will use that and I will just fucking watch the fireworks.
No,
Now,
he's probably going to... we voiced our opinions together, so some of those might be his and
Yeah.
some of those might be mine that he voices to you.
I think this movie was destined to not work. And
They
this
were
is...
rushing to catch
Here's
up.
the thing. And
And it was
a lot of
missing-
people...
It had that feel.
A lot
It
of
was
people...
missing the humour from the Marvel Universe as well. The guys in there...
From the
have
Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Marvel Universe
Ah,
has
yeah.
the jokes and like, well, does
The
that mean the lift
lightheartedness.
is worthy of carrying
You know what?
the hammer?
Yeah.
That
It-
kind of
it-
shit
it's
adds to the
fucking-
movie
it-
universe big time.
You know what? I think I was actually watching something, and this kind of relates. You know, the video we watched last night. Funny enough, it's the same thing. It was just this thing about Asian cinema, right? And we're talking about Jackie Chan's fight scenes in particular.
They're fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
And it's all him.
I know, but the reason why you can relate to it is because he's a fucking human character.
Yeah.
He gets hurt.
He gets hurt. He punches someone. He gets his hand caught in a door. He's like, ah.
Yeah, shaking
and
it off.
straight away, you're just like, okay, it's
You don't feel like he's bullshit.
exactly. It's the Indiana Jones
And the other
thing.
thing is that
You
the
know, 'cause
Marvel...
you relate to
The
Indy as a
Marvel
character.
movies go for like 2 hours
Yeah,
with some comedic relief.
yeah.
This went for 2.5 hours
With
with
no
not
levity
one joke.
whatsoever.
I think Lex Luthor was supposed to be funny with his insanity, but it wasn't.
Sounds like it's a bunch of crap.
Now, one thing that I've been getting a lot of criticism over this one is, oh, I don't like it. It's too dark. It's too dark. And
It is literally too dark.
Yeah.
You can't see what's
now
going on.
here's the thing that I
I have to see.
this is a little thing that I've
I
been
have to.
thinking like it was destined not to work. Now, on a Batman movie, you expect it to be pretty dark, yeah?
Yeah.
He works in the shadows.
shadows,
He's
nighttime,
fucking.
etc..
He's elusive. His name is
stealth
Bat
ninja.
Also,
Man.
he loves guns according to this movie.
Okay.
He's basically using Uzis and machine guns.
Batman's favorite weapon, the shotgun. But yeah, he works in the shadows.
Oh
He's
my God.
He most
part
well yelled
of-
out, "You'll die just like my parents."
part part of his name is Bat, for God's sakes, and they only come out most of the time at night. Then you've got Superman. Now, who is Superman?
that was-
Superman doesn't work in the shadows. He saves whoever he does, and
That's
he
exactly
makes you
what
sure.
Batman versus Superman always was in the cartoons. Day versus night, man versus God. Like, they are extreme polar
Yeah.
opposites of each other. And they went into it slightly in the film, but not to the length
Yeah,
they could have
he's
explored
fucking
that.
So
He doesn't work in the shadows. He carries a thing. He looks at the camera. He winks at it. American flag. All that shit. Everyone loves him. There's newspapers about him. It was like, oh, he saved a bus full of nuns or something like that.
The new Justice League run and even the Justice League War had a fantastic moment about that, where both Green Lantern and the Flash first meet Batman, and they kind of sit there and go, "Wait, you're fucking real? What are your powers? Wait, you're just some guy in a batsuit?"
Yeah,
because it's
again,
a fucking myth.
No one knows about it, and that's
part of his
And that's
fear.
awesome.
People are
Yeah.
not even sure whether or not
What
they should
is
fear
real?
him.
Yeah.
It's like, is this real?
and it
some
also works
weird
on the other end
vampire
of
villain?
Batman.
Yeah.
You fear Batman. You fear Superman because you know exactly what the motherfucker can do.
Exactly.
Now, this isn't like Batman's filming technique isn't gonna work well
Superman,
on
yeah.
Superman. It won't work, and it will never work. It's
I saw some comments
it's
before.
destined to not look good.
I saw some comments before that that Zack Snyder was a Superman fan. That's why he did Man of Steel first.
Mm.
And unfortunately, if you're directing a Batman versus Superman movie, you can't really be leaning towards either one, or you're going to lean towards their style.
Yeah.
And I think he was probably leaning a lot towards the Superman style, which probably would have worked for this film, and then overcompensated by going, shit, it's not Batman enough.
So I had to
and
darken it
he's
up.
become too dark and gritty, and
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand a lot of people who love both Superman and Batman were kind of really arcing up on this because it's the first time ever we get to see both of them in the same movie, but I think it was just destined to not go well.
I expected to hate Ben Affleck in it, and he was the least of the problems. He wasn't
Yeah.
even a problem.
Yeah.
He wasn't great, but he was just.
I didn't
He was
go
there.
in. I didn't go into it expecting
You
Ben
didn't go
Affleck
into
to be
it.
the worst.
I
mean, the general idea of the movie.
now
you know.
I'm completely sold that whenever Zack Snyder's mentioned in anything, I'm going to
I
panic.
don't want him on the
which
Justice
is-
League movies, or I'm going to have to avoid them.
And I don't want him anywhere near Star Wars, which is rumored that he might do the
Don't
next.
do that.
That he may do
I
the
actually
next
didn't mind
episode,
7.
not
I
the
liked
next
it.
story, because
Let's
you
not
know.
get into that.
Let's not get into that. No.
'Cause-
Our shit's documented on
Yeah,
that one.
because Star Wars is now doing something
Oh, well,
interesting.
not here, but
Yeah.
between us.
Because Star Wars is doing something interesting, where it's not only is it the episodes,
Yeah,
but it's also stories
Rogue One looks
from it,
way
like the
better
Rogue
than that
One.
movie.
that's the one Hayden's absolutely creaming over. He's
Yeah,
like,
but he was already creaming when it was a trailer of a guy slightly turning his head and everyone lost their shit. What the fuck, man? It was literally a stormtrooper slightly rotating and everyone was like, the new trailer is out.
We love you,
And
Hayden.
this is Rogue One.
We're big fans, man. We do love you. You know
I'm
that.
serious, bro. He shared it and he was like, amazing footage from the new movie or something like that. And I'm like, I even watched it. I'm like, expecting an actual trailer. I'm like, the fuck is this shit?
Okay.
Have I just been pwned? Where are the cameras?
Okay. All right. I will say one thing about that.
When the actual trailer come out, I liked it, but
I
people were
haven't
already
seen the trailer
losing
yet.
their shit.
Yeah.
See, I saw the teaser for the teaser.
That's
Like,
what it was.
Tiff,
the
Tiff-
2
Tiff-
second.
Tiff showed it to me, and I was just like, "Oh, sweet, okay, cool. We're gonna sit down. I want to see what this Rogue One trailer is." And it was
she's
just
like,
the
"That's
teaser, and then it happened for like 10 seconds, and I was like, "Okay, where's the thing?"
And 4 of those seconds are literally the title card.
Yeah, and then it goes, trailer out tomorrow. And I'm like, nah, I can't be fucked. You squandered your impression, okay? If you had been the trailer, I would have said, I'm going to watch you. But because it goes, nah, it's out tomorrow. Fuck you, I'm not watching it now. Unless it's
My
like playing in
heart
the
broke
background.
when Netflix did that trailer for April Fool's Day. Did you see it?
No?
It was
Which
a
was the trailer?
Netflix. Again, it's not going to happen.
Oh, I know the one. Yes,
net-
the Star Wars Netflix series.
Network, Star Wars Netflix series based on Darth Maul.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That
And
they
it was
they
a
did like
fucking April
they did a
Fool's.
trailer, a full trailer,
Yeah, see, they've done a full trailer.
and then it was because it's April Fool's. It's not real.
But they're
It's
probably
like-
going to get so much lashback that they'll end up being like, there's actually a lot of fucking
There's a
want
lot of-
for this series. and
There's
they
been a
don't
lot of
make
want
it
for that
real.
series for a very long time.
Yeah.
Speaking of April Fool's stuff, I mean, this is probably me showing my age now, but
Let's all-
I remember about 10 years ago when they first did a Legend of Zelda movie trailer, like on
Yeah.
IGN, and I was
That
like,
hurt me.
I was young, and I was
I
like,
was-
oh, I would love to see that.
I was relieved because I looked at the trailer and I didn't like it.
See, I didn't
I
mind
didn't
it at
think
the
it captured
time.
the Zelda essence.
I didn't mind
How-
it at the time, but now in
How
retrospect,
the hell
I'm like,
can
thank
you
Christ.
make a movie based on a character that all he does throughout the all his games goes hit hit? That's all he does. That's all the noises he makes. He is a silent protagonist. It's not going to work in
there'll
a
be
movie.
that other character that goes, hey, listen,
Hey.
we should go to that mountain. I'm like, yeah, you mean that mountain I'm on?
Wait,
Fucking bitch.
I don't remember.
Stop
Navy
following-
is useless. Navy
Just
is absolutely
running around and
useless.
it's following you. Like, stop following me.
You'll be like inside the volcano. She's like, we should investigate Death Mountain. And you're like, thanks,
Oh,
bitch.
you mean the fucking mountain I'm
The only way
inside
I
of.
get past of her is seeing her as this sarcastic bitch.
It's like,
Hey, Link. Hey, listen. We should investigate Death Mountain. Look,
You're down to like half our health.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
you
Link.
need more health.
Hey, you're about to die, guy.
Yeah,
You're about to get killed.
Your
dude.
health is low. You should really refill.
Oh, God.
Um,
Now I can't see Navi as a fucking passive-aggressive housemate. The type that leaves fucking post-it notes
Nice.
on the fucking fridge. We're out of milk again.
Link, if you
fuck.
want to become an adult, you need to find your damn sword. Clean up after yourself. Don't just leave it sitting around in an altar.
You're getting killed by this thing, and then she brings this up. You're like, look, I know this is a bad time, but for God's sakes, when you use a sauce, twist the goddamn thing over and clean the top of it. I hate it when it crusts over and your health is going down. Like, I hate it because over time it crusts over, and then when you have to squeeze it, and then it'll just clog up, and then if you squeeze it, it'll just
spurts out.
fucking jizz out
Maybe she just
and go
should-
everywhere. Look, man, I told you this a million times.
Link, did you use another fairy to bring you back to life?
Like,
Have
maybe,
you been ferrying around?
maybe you should have that other fairy bitch bring you back to life, huh?
Keep her in a bottle.
Maybe
Jaws, Link!
Maybe you
Jaws!
should get your other fairy friend to tell you to go to Death Mountain when you're in Death Mountain.
That
You know
still,
what?
That
Okay,
still
okay,
annoys me
you know
to
what?
this day.
That-
It says bottle and it's a jar.
Okay, this is something I actually want to bring up now because I just thought of it. Navi's a fucking fairy. No.
I've been wanting to bring this up since I thought of it 33 seconds ago.
Fuck you guys. No, listen, hear me out. Navi's a fairy.
Yes.
Why the fuck can't she heal you?
I know. I reckon she's a bitch.
I've never actually encountered that, and I just thought about it, and I'm like,
Why
why
can't
don't you
I
fucking heal me?
Why can't I bottle her to shut her up?
Yo, but even better, she gets real fucking aggressive and like aggressively jealous when you go to that other fairy that gives you the extra health. Yeah, the one in the fountain.
who's tits could take your eyes out,
Skanky
yeah.
fairy.
Yeah, Skanky Fairy.
The great fairies.
What
that's
better?
They are great fairies.
Right. I know. Alright, go on.
Don't tell Navi that. We love you, Navi.
You're not listening.
What? Yes, I agree. It is a great game. Ocarina of Time, one of the greatest N64 games ever.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I really hope Zack Snyder doesn't do Star Wars.
Alright, so
That's the last thing I need.
you were bringing up a point earlier before we kind of went all sideways on this shit.
About
you were saying Zack Snyder is the new Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Well,
Aesthetically, he knows what to do.
I was going to say, let's look at a parallel. Let's look at a comparison. Why is Rod saying that? I'd like to kind of...
Because one thing that both of them have got going for them is, well, the story may be there, but it just doesn't really do anything.
The story isn't
It's-
there. The source material is there, but they just don't use it.
Yeah. But, and they have a lot of similarities when it comes to this kind of shit, especially when it comes to action movies, which is basically all of Zack Snyder, anything that Zack Snyder has ever done.
So,
But there's one thing I will give Michael Bay over Zack Snyder.
Explain.
And this is why everything except for
Money.
and this is why everything that Zack Snyder has done except for 300 has fucking not
Just
done well.
Nuked, yeah.
Zack Snyder does not know how pacing works. He does
Yeah.
not
He
know.
goes to he goes boring. Something happens really quickly. Boring.
Yeah, I mean, with The Watchmen, I've always thought that would have been better if it was like in a miniseries.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever should have been a movie.
Big movie.
But even then, it was exactly that. You'd have a real
It's
big
watching
action
the
film.
documentaries, those special features with the hour and a half of interviews and shit that he actually wanted to include in the film.
Oh,
There's
boy.
another 2 hours of footage that he wanted to include in that film.
What would it have added?
Nothing.
Like, what was this footage?
What did half
More
the footage
talking
add?
from on
It
behalf
was
of that
interviewing. It was,
thing,
it was interviews
Dr.
because
Manhattan.
they wanted to make it like a documentary.
Yeah.
So they had it framed around that they were doing interviews with these retired superheroes, the survivors of that incident, and
But that's not even the graphic novel then. Because
No.
I found that the movie itself it was inspired heavily by the graphic novel, but if you turn it into an interview piece like that, it would have completely been different.
Mm.
yeah, it was already.
The guy
can't
can't
make
pace.
words.
He cannot fucking pace.
Yeah.
I'd imagine this one had issues like that as well. With Superman v Batman. You tell me, because you're the only one that's seen it.
What was the pacing
Nothing
like?
happens for the first hour and a half, and then the rest is the extended trailer.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
It's Fantastic
that's-
Four all over again.
No,
isn't it?
no. Fantastic Four is better
Oh, man.
That's scary.
because that's only an hour and a half worth of footage that they've done it with. This is 2.5 hours. I was literally sitting like I'm watching Batman wail on Superman or whatever, the other way around, both ways, and I'm like this,
Eh, why not?
like bored with my hand on my chin. Because I've been, you know, when
See,
you can't
that's
escape
when-
the boredom,
that's when
even when
you-
they're showing you something interesting, you already become bored with this film. You
See-
can't just reignite your interest.
Right there, that is the problem. That you know something's fucked when you're bored at a superhero movie.
And it's
Batman
not just
versus
Superman.
During
The
the,
fucking-
part where Batman versus Superman,
The
I
fucking
was
title
bored.
card fight, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's like
The
you know-
climax bored me more than the political stuff.
Again, the guy cannot pace. 300 worked simply because it was all constant fucking action. You
And it
can't
was- it
fuck
was
up
still-
pacing if
no,
it's
it was
all...
still only an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
His 2.5 hour format doesn't work.
Disappointing.
honestly.
I've always felt that there's a lot of shows that could have done but with shorter format. In a shorter format, Batman vs Superman could have been decent. In a shorter format, there are a lot of Star Trek episodes that would be far more interesting. But they often with such a long format that because I feel like he felt that Man of Steel was 2.5 hours. This should be 2.5 hours, and
Because
he's
it's
added
supposed
some
to be
shit.
more epic because
Yeah,
it's got that. Yeah,
exactly.
I
And
get you.
there's nothing wrong with a short movie or a short game as long as it meets the bare minimum, hour and a half kind
Yeah.
of thing.
See,
Once you've got that, you're fine.
I recently had that experience with Wolfenstein All Blood. I finished that the other day, and I'd already played the first half of it because it's pretty much set up as 2 separate episodes. First 4 chapters, second 4 chapters. I played the first bit, and I was like, all right, that's a good wrap-up. I started playing it the other day, and before I knew it, I'd gotten to the end, and I'm like, man, that felt short. And then I looked back, and I'd been playing it for 7 hours. But it had absorbed
feel
me.
like it, yeah.
It had absorbed me, and I was just like, wow, that was excellently paced. Pretty much kept me going right from the beginning. Well, okay, from the halfway point of the game, technically. But, from the beginning of that story all the way through. And I thought to myself, man, if they made more games like this, there would be a much more enjoyable experience. You'd come back and replay them.
But then you got to remember that there's... Although I did love Deadpool, you get confused when they jump around in the story to fix the pacing of what would have been a quite boring origin story if they didn't jumble it up. The origin
because it had
story
the
of
Pulp Fiction
the
kind of
origin
feel to
story
it,
of Deadpool would have been quite boring if they played it forwards. Just normal.
True.
Right?
So what? You
Guy gets sick, lives with his girlfriend, ends up in a lab for a while. Like, it would have been quite boring. But
I actually am willing to agree with that because
And
that
because
would
they
be the
jumbled
first
up.
hour of the movie,
Yeah,
just
and
like
they-
what the fuck, and
because
then
they-
everything's a fight after
because
that.
they jumbled it up, it fixed it, and that was a unique approach. But if they start doing that to every movie, I'm going to lose my brain and go, "What the fuck is happening? Where are we now?"
Yeah.
They couldn't have done that with this movie. Like, there's no way they could have done it.
Nope.
And there are other fixes though. You can break up in origin stories with action scenes, and you can break them up with intelligent conversation or humor. And they didn't use any of that. There were no action scenes in the first hour. The first hour is a long time to sit through a movie with just talking.
Well, you know what?
In a trailer that markets it as an action movie. Even if the trailer had only marketed it as a drama with discussions about these things and maybe shown a brief glimpse at the end, it probably would have been better representation. But they showed this action scene that doesn't happen until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't.
See, I
I'm worried now more than ever about DC stuff. I know after
its safety.
because here's the thing. We've had this discussion before. I don't think I've told you about this one. But before I tell you about it, what are your thoughts on Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think any of the people are well cast again. Margot Robbie already looks forgettable as Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Captain Boomerang as Tom Hardy already looks like it's going to piss me off.
Wait, Tom Hardy's
that's
Captain
not.
Boomerang?
That's not Tom Hardy.
You want to look up Wikipedia?
All right. That can't be Tom Hardy, was it? Serious?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like Tom Hardy to me.
Will Smith as Deadshot doesn't look good as well. Why are they putting humour with Deadshot? He's not fucking humorous.
Yeah, he's-
dark humor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that. Hang on a second.
That's all. Watch as Daniel Googles things.
We just need some.
Well,
cold
before
music, we need.
I thought it looked boring before the addition of Batman. The only thing I liked about it was the Joker. I think he's well cast.
What,
Jai
Jared Leto?
Courtney.
Jai
as the
Courtney.
That's the guy. Sorry, I mixed him up.
So who's Jai Courtney? I've heard the name.
Die
before.
Hard son. Bruce
Die Hard's-
Willis, the son in Die Hard 5.
See, I haven't seen Die Hard 5.
Not miss much.
Have you
It's okay.
seen Terminator Genesis?
No.
Have you seen
He's the-
Divergent?
What?
Divergent or Insurgent? He's
No,
made a
he's in-
lot of
He's
shit
seen a lot of
movies.
crap, yeah. But I
I
don't-
Frankenstein. Have
I
you
keep
seen
I mixed
that?
him up with Tom Hardy, but yeah, that guy.
Holy God, he's
Clearly-
made so much crap.
Clearly, I don't know any of
That
these.
guy and trying to do an Australian
Have
accent.
you
We
seen
are not
Insurgent?
expensive actors. Get a real Australian, for fuck's sakes.
Oh my God, this guy just makes crap.
But he's playing Captain Boomerang, who's already a pretty shit character. I've never liked Captain Boomerang.
Read him in Flashpoint. then-
They don't have Killer Frost,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, that was a bit.
which I watched the Assault on Arkham, which is
Yeah, that was a
essentially
good one.
Suicide Squad, and
Yeah.
her and the Shark make that movie.
Ah, King Shark. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead they've got Killer Croc, who's basically an aggressive moron anyway. I've never been a huge
Killer
fan.
Croc. I don't think I've ever seen him in the Suicide Squad. It's like they're using him to replace
I
King
don't think,
Shark.
yeah, they are.
You know?
All right, so you've seen the
And
trailer.
Amanda Waller is not fat.
Well, they kind of have like in the New 52. She's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I had to describe her, I'd be like, she's that big fat black woman.
that's
She's
gonna be
lost one of her aspects.
that's gonna be your too much water review. Amanda Waller is not fat.
7 out of 10.
No, I just think the trailer looks like there's a lot of miscast people in there.
Well, guess what, guy?
Oh, here we go.
the second trailer in particular, the one that
I've
had
seen the second
Bohemian, the one with Bohemian
It
Rhapsody,
looks like the soundtrack's going to annoy me too.
that actually had all the jokes in the movie.
All of them.
I am disappointed.
When that came out, that had all the jokes in the movie. Now,
How do you know that?
here's
It's not
the.
He's been researching it.
Me and Rod have been doing a lot digging around on this. Now, here's the thing. A lot of criticism, and you mentioned this yourself, about Superman v Batman was that it wasn't really humorous.
It's too dark.
It was too serious, too dark, and there wasn't really much humor. Almost no humor, yeah? With Suicide Squad, there was actually a little bit more. It was a little bit more lighthearted, yeah. But that was pretty much all the scenes that you've seen about that lightheartedness, that humor, you've seen on that second trailer.
So they
Now,
basically made the Deadpool Valentine's Day trailer.
kind of, but
You've seen that.
that Valentine's Day trailer.
See, that's the cool thing. I didn't watch any Deadpool trailers. I went into that movie completely fresh.
Watch the Deadpool Valentine's Day trailer.
But
The trailer has been cut to look like a romantic
Yeah.
comedy.
I think
And
I
it
remember
makes it
reading
look
about
like
that.
a legitimate romantic comedy where you can be like, girlfriend, watch this movie. And then
But
you would
here's-
take her to go see it, and it would be revenge for Twilight.
But
as
here's-
Ryan Reynolds said.
But here's the thing: that Valentine's one, they did that on purpose.
I know.
But
That's
this
what
one
I
they
mean.
didn't.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So, studios panicked.
And
Fucking
put more
oh
humor.
god! All the humor that we've done
Right.
is in the trailer. So what did they do? What do you think they did?
Added more humor.
They refilmed a lot of it
They
to
ripped
add
up a
more
lot.
humor.
See, that's just worrisome, man. 'cause
That
we were
is a
discussing at the other
scary
day.
thing.
Well,
You don't
It's never a
refilm
good
shit
thing if
until,
Look,
you know,
It's
half
never
my-
a good
half-
thing if you have to
half
reshoot.
my Warner Brothers DC history is up there on that wall, right?
Yeah.
Have a look at it. They panic a lot. That is why this shit hasn't happened. They panicked and pulled the plug on so many movies, and they panic and rush forward so many movies. Their cinematic universe has been meant to start since the 90s, since before Marvel were thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
They were trying to start it for so long, and then they kept panicking, going, no, actually, that's not the start of our cinematic movie. The next one was, and then the next one was Green Lantern.
Yeah, I remember Green Lantern.
There was so much
But
hype over that
essentially,
one.
like, you got to look at a like, because they are trying to compete with Marvel, so people are going to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
comparing to Marvel. It's built on Iron Man. Iron Man was a strong and well-received film.
And that's how they were able to bring. Because if you
This
if
is built
you
off
remember-
Man of Steel, where people went, it's okay.
Look,
It's
okay,
not
I'll
a
ask-
strong foundation, though.
The first Hulk movie, the one directed by Ang Lee with Eric Bana in it, was that?
That's not canon.
No, but I know, but was that still Marvel doing it, or was it
No,
someone
that
else?
was that was
'Cause
20th.
the-
No, it was 20th century.
20th
They still
century
owned
Fox,
it.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Fox,
It's just
no?
there, I think. No, I don't have that one because I put
Okay.
it back in the shelf.
Either way, the point I'm going as before Iron Man became the big thing. The big Marvel movies I
Who
remember.
made the first three Spider? Columbia TriStar made the original Hulk.
Okay. All right. So you've got that. I always kind of see that as one of the first real movies because it was the closest one.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was alright. Except
was-
for
it was
except for
okay.
Eric Bana.
Yeah. See,
Eric Banana.
because you have the Blade, you have the Blade trilogy, you have the Spider-Man movies, and these were, and even have the two fucking Fantastic Four movies. They were all before
good.
Marvel did it, but I think that's where they kind of started to go. You know what? This shit could actually be plausible, but let's make it joined. And Iron Man, while it was the first.
was
It had
grounded.
a lot of stuff to ground it beforehand because people were excited about superhero movies. They'd go, this shit could actually work. And it did.
And they started off with the
And-
realest of their superheroes.
And DC's going
DC went
ass
with
backwards
their
way
most
about it.
magical superhero to start with. The guy from another planet who's superpowered because of the sun. It's not a steady belief system to start
Well,
off
see,
on.
now that they've introduced magic, because with Doctor Strange now...
They haven't introduced magic. They're basically just shoving it.
They're
They've-
starting
they've-
to introduce it, though.
But then they're going to put in the
Think-
most
think-
magical character they have straight away. They're like, all right, we're going to dive in the deep end, guys.
But think about it, like... what's
we
her
don't know
name?
how well this is
Thingy
gonna turn out.
From Avengers 2. Oh, God, I lost her name.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yes. So
She was
already...
horribly cast.
Regardless of the fact, I hate saying irregardless, but you know how sometimes it's programmed in.
Regardless
Fuck you.
of the fact that she's actually an X-Man.
Yeah, regardless of that, the fact is they've
And they could
introduced...
only get Quicksilver for one film, so they fucking got rid of
they started the trend of introducing a magical element. So
him. Yeah, and Thor
Now-
is pretty fucking magical anyway.
even
so.
though it's
Yeah.
kind of grounded in science, you know, like their
No.
science.
Hell,
Yeah.
what's
Well,
his name?
it's science
Yeah,
for
well,
them.
they said their science. I was
Hell,
like, what science?
Vision is
Magical
powered
rainbow
by a
beam.
magical rock on his head.
Yeah, it's true. Vision's empowered by an infinity gem. But the point I'm trying to get is
Galaxy is awesome.
now they're getting to they've gone cosmic. Okay, they've dropped the seeds of magical stuff. Now when they bring in Doctor Strange, you're going to go, you know what? I've kind of seen something like this. It's plausible, and people will have the suspension of disbelief. Okay, and again, this
and
like
with
I said,
Marvel,
haven't seen Batman v Superman, but it feels as though it doesn't have that.
I don't know. I wasn't disbelieving anything. I was too bored.
And with that, with Doctor Strange, the worst it can do, in my mind,
But
because
again-
it is Marvel and they know how to do a
Look
superhero
at
movie.
fucking Ant-Man. Who
The
would have
best they can
expected
do
that?
is
I loved
mediocre.
Ant-Man.
I know, I loved
Yeah,
it too.
But
That blew me out
I've
of the
always
water.
loved Ant-Man.
I didn't know anything about Ant-Man until I saw that movie, and then
I
was
was
like, this is
skeptical
really cool.
until you recommended it, and fuck, I loved it. It was great.
It was so good. And then, like, I reckon it's that and Deadpool are the two best movies I've seen in the last year. That Deadpool and The Martian.
The Martian was pretty good.
Yeah, Martian was good.
But I was going to say that this is another example. They're bringing out Doctor Strange, and I'm already looking at the trailers, and I'm like,
I haven't seen the
Benedict
trailers
Cumberbatch is well cast.
Yes.
He looks and acts like the
Ginger.
Doctor Strange I imagine when I read the comics. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and he went and read the comic, and these actors care about their roles. They go and they research. There's that meme where he's gone into the comic book store to buy Doctor Strange comic books dressed as Doctor Strange.
I have not seen the meme, but it
Look
sounds
it up.
amazing.
It's legit. He went into a comic book
I
store
would
in New
love
York
to-
City to buy a comic book.
I would love to get your opinion on the Netflix series Daredevil.
I haven't watched it because I'm waiting for it to come out on DVD.
Fair
It
enough.
looks cool though.
Um,
But I'm a bit skeptical of the Punisher in it. But I did read an interview with him
Yeah.
where he said he went into a comic book store. Is that what reminded you?
yeah, he went
He
to a
went
bunch
to
of
a-
comic book stores
he went
to
to a-
work on his character, and depending, like, he's been to like a few. Some of them were like, "Yeah, dude, read this, read this. Don't worry, just take it, read it, like, do an awesome
This
job."
Yeah.
Other guy was like, he goes into this comic book store and he's like, I want to buy these, and the comic book owner's like, no, you don't. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. You want this one, this one, this one, and this one. And the then the interviewer was like, "And did you get them for free?" He's like, "No, I still had to pay for them."
Yeah. And not only that, he was like, "This one, this one, this one. Don't fuck this up."
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fuck this up.
And he's like,
But
okay.
again, that's another guy who's
But-
researched the role. And from what I've seen of Daredevil, I've heard bad things about the Elektra character.
Fuck the electric character. But think,
Even,
I've
I also
watched
want to watch Jessica Jones.
Jessica
He
Jones. Is
fucking
good.
loves Jessica
Again,
Jones.
it's a Netflix
Okay,
series. I'm
here's
waiting
the
for
problem.
Netflix series
Here's
to
the-
come out on DVD.
Here's
They
the
don't- they take
craziest thing.
ages.
Probably the best Marvel villains I've seen ever. I'm tying it between Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Wilson Fisk
Yeah,
in
he's
Daredevil is incredible, and David Tennant as Kilgrave is
Do we want
even
food?
better. Yeah, we got like 15 minutes
Okay.
left. But
Yeah, I was going to say that these movies, because of all the ways that these formats come out now, I want to watch Supergirl. I'm waiting to see that because it looks. The pilot was
Man,
shit.
I wanna watch
the pilot was shit. The pilot got rated badly,
Mm-hmm.
but they picked it up for a series anyway, and the overall
It's gotten
series
better?
has a 97% rating.
Shit.
And it's crossing over with the Flash.
Yeah.
It's in.
See,
I've been
I
hearing
heard-
some.
So wait till you
Yeah.
get up to the episode of the Flash
Here-
where they cross over, see how you like that.
Yeah,
'cause
but
that's
here's the
them in
thing.
their prime, and then
Okay.
I didn't want to watch it at first either because I
That's what
saw
I
reviews
I've
on the
heard,
pilot.
like, I don't think I'm
I've
gonna
heard a
like it.
lot of.
You forget
not that
Supergirl
great.
made me illiterate.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
we've done that.
I've heard a lot of not that great things about Supergirl.
Me
and
too.
so far, the best thing I've heard about Supergirl, like, alright, well, what's the best thing about it? The best thing about Supergirl is when Flash came in, did a cameo, and then
It's
left.
the other way around. She does a cameo in the Flash series.
Yeah,
I
they
heard
tend to do that.
there's an episode
Oh,
of
they do
each.
both today.
Yeah, because they do that with Arrow as well. Like,
Yeah.
there's an episode where he's in it and an episode where he's in it. Yeah.
I still haven't watched Arrow either.
I'm
But
not.
I think what DC needs to do is forget about their fucking.
Just go for TV.
Just go for the
They,
TV.
they
They're
actually
going
they actually
gangbusters
announced
on that
that.
shit.
They actually announced after Suicide Squad, they're gonna focus on the franchises,
Yeah.
which is
It-
basically the television shows.
See, I am dying to get to the second season of The Flash, but it's not out on Blu-ray yet. I can't buy
That's
it.
what I'm waiting for fucking Daredevil for
Flash
2
is
years
good.
now.
Flash is good.
Because
I want to catch
Netflix
up.
Well,
own the rights.
As
and
soon
they
as you,
basically-
as soon as it comes out on DVD,
I'll get it. Yeah.
get it. And
I watch
watch
Agents
it.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
You
and
will-
I've been wanting
yeah.
to watch Agent Carter because I think they do a crossover and
Yeah.
they're fucking 70 years apart.
Oh my
7-year
God.
crossover, that's amazing.
But oh Jesus Christ, Daredevil is such a good show,
I'm
and
gonna-
I
I'm gonna
don't
get
give
on
a
that
shit about Daredevil. I could not care less. He's like
He's alright.
in the comic book character hero list. He's meh on my list.
You know what?
But god damn it,
I'll
is a good
admit
show.
something right here, right now. I have no severe beef with the original Daredevil movie. Everybody's like,
I
hated
didn't
and I'm
mind it
like,
simply
okay.
because
I didn't hate it.
I didn't
but
think it was the
it's
best movie of all
gotten-
time or anything, but I thought it was well done. Some
You
of
know
the scenes in the rain and stuff were good. Elektra was well cast.
here's
See,
the thing.
The way you feel about that, okay, this is one thing that I still don't get. Everyone, just bringing it back to Ocarina for a moment, everyone hates the Water Temple, everyone hates Navi. I never felt that in my first couple of playthroughs years ago, and I still don't understand all the hate. I mean, I look at it, I'm just like, it's just a
The
fucking
problem
fairy, and
with
it's just the
the-
Water
Here's
Temple.
the
Navi
thing.
gets annoying.
I never felt that.
Did you have the volume up?
Yeah?
And did you listen to her ever?
Yeah. I used to
Every
listen
time.
To her. Yeah.
When you don't want to listen to her, that's when she becomes the problem.
I still
when you
never
don't
felt
want
that.
to hear her say the same thing 60 times, you don't press the button and she
See,
goes, "Hey, listen."
I never
hey,
understood
listen."
the hate until I started seeing it on the internet, and like
Now
I'm
you
talking
can't
about,
unsee it.
Now you can't unsee it. It's like every time someone goes, "Oh my god, the Water Temple's
Like-
the fucking hardest thing." I'm like, dude, I finished that shit when I was 11 and I didn't care.
I
was like,
just did
this
the.
is not
I'm playing,
hard.
It was
I'm playing
challenging
the
for me, but I
Ocarina-
enjoyed it.
I'm playing the Ocarina now.
Yeah.
I struggled with it when I was young, but mainly because if you fuck up, you have to do all 3 levels again to get to where you were. You have to reset the temple and basically start
And then
again,
start from the beginning,
which was
yeah.
annoying. So it can take anywhere between 10 minutes and 6.5 hours to finish that temple if you don't do it
I
right.
never had that issue.
I accidentally.
Now,
made
Twilight
4
Princess,
mistakes.
I fucking hate. I mean, I know you love Twilight Princess, but I hate collecting the lights. That
Yeah,
is
that's
just
annoying.
boring
That-
and arbitrary.
Yeah.
It takes so fucking long, and I'm glad for the HD remake they decided to halve it.
Cool.
I'm
Now,
like, yes.
I
I-
didn't know that. I got that there.
Back on Daredevil, I didn't actually mind the
I'm still
Daredevil
on
movie.
Ocarina. I didn't get to say my piece.
Yeah.
Hold on, let him say his bit and then
Alright,
we'll
alright,
go
I
then
back.
had
we'll
no
go back.
beef with the Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
The Shadow Temple
Yeah.
was annoying, and you had to stop it halfway
Mhm.
because, like, you get up to the temple. Like, when you get to the Spirit Temple,
Mhm.
you get up to it. You don't get inside. You have to go back to be a child. You have to then
Get
come.
the lens of truth and shit.
Yeah, but you can't get the lens of truth until you've done half the Shadow Temple.
No, I remember going straight back and getting the lens of truth pretty much before I did the Shadow Temple, mainly because I learned the whole Song of Storms thing went into the well. Unless you're talking about the Spirit Temple in Gerudo Valley.
No, I like that.
Because that one had the young Link, old Link
You have to be
dynamic.
going back to do
Yeah,
puzzles.
yeah, you have
but
to swap back and forth.
it didn't matter because the teleporty thing was literally right
Right
outside of the
outside,
temple.
right, yeah, yeah.
So it didn't matter. But this one was far away, and it was annoying.
Oh, okay.
Plus, he kept falling through invisible fucking walls and invisible holes.
And I hated the lack
And
of
then
traction on the
invisible
fucking
enemies.
spirit shoes.
And the boots, yeah.
Fucking boots.
Does anyone ever wear them again outside of that
No,
temple?
I never
No.
fucking wore that shit. It's like,
Oh, you gotta use
you
them. You gotta use them in the desert.
well, fuck, I can't fucking run here anymore. That I used
And
to
then when
hate.
you get to run, you go, okay, good, I can't stop now.
Or when you're when you have to, it's like if you get halfway out over a pit and you go, shit, I forgot my lunch, and you got to turn back, you're like, nah, I'm
When you
dropping.
go to chicken out.
When you go to chicken, it's like, there we go.
You know what? I was
Sounds like
playing.
a
I
cat
was
sliding
playing-
on tiles.
I was
Just-
playing. I was playing it recently, and I couldn't unhear it once I accidentally heard it.
Yeah,
The Zoidberg noise.
on the spirit boots.
Every time I use it, I hear the
God.
Zoidberg sound.
I don't think I can unsee that now. Thanks, Aaron. You shit. All right, let's get
Anyway,
back to
great
Daredevil.
game. Yes.
Um, I didn't mind the.
Let's get back to Daredevil so we can get back to Batman vs Superman.
Now I didn't mind. I didn't
Oh, I
mind
love
the
this
movie.
shit.
I'm like Aaron. I honestly did had no beef with the
I
movie,
never understood the severe hate.
but at the same time, I did not know anything
For me, it
about
was
Daredevil.
meh. That was
he
it.
was a blind dude that kicked ass. That's all I knew about him.
I
Now
liked
that I'm
it,
watching,
but I was 11.
now that I've watched the series, I kind of understand it a little bit because like the costumes all leather and shit, and it's kind of impractical simply because like now I understand Daredevil is basically a blind ninja.
Mhm.
And it's kind of impractical having all that shit on
For
you.
me, it was
And
just very meh. I remember watching the Daredevil movie, and I was just like,
Kingpin was not that great.
It's not as good as fucking Spider-Man. That was, you know what? That's probably the best thing that I could say about it. Watch Daredevil, and I was like, it's okay for a superhero movie, but it's not Spider-Man. And that right there says a lot. Because
Yeah.
you automatically go amazing. Well, no, not amazing. Just Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah, and you know, I never saw 3, but everyone says it was
I saw
absolutely
it.
atrocious.
Man, I saw that at the cinemas.
I can.
I was one of
explain-
those
I
hopeful
can explain
motherfuckers.
why that's shit though.
What? You can? Or
Yeah,
you can't?
100%.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because
There's a-
the studio made him, Sam Raimi, put Venom in. He did not want Venom in that film. It was supposed to be all Sandman. And the Sandman parts were good. They
So-
made him put Venom in the film because people wanted Venom.
Yeah.
And he had no love for Venom. And you could see that when you watch the movie.
would say Venom
the
and
Sandman
Carnage is one of
parts
my
are fucking
favourites.
well done.
Yeah. I'll give
You
that.
actually don't... He's one of those villains
No.
that you don't actually feel like you want him to die. You actually feel
No,
sorry for the Sandman.
that's the whole point about
Yeah.
Sandman. He is
Doing
a
it for
bad
his little
guy.
daughter, and
He's-
you're like, I kind of want him to win.
He's a guy caught in a shit situation that has no way to get back out. If you read the comics, you're just kind of like, you know what? Every time he gets
was-
involved with like the Sinister Six, it's always,
I
haha,
mean-
if you don't fucking do
Yeah.
what we say, we're gonna hurt your family. And he's like, oh god.
For me, I
damn
didn't
it.
like it because it was messy. It's back to your awesome quote that I keep using here, the too many chefs thing.
Yeah.
Like fucking, we'll throw in Sandman. Oh, wait. Everyone wants the fucking Venom dude. All right, fuck, throw Venom.
Eric
But what
Rock
about
was horrible.
what about James Franco? What's gonna happen with James
Green
Franco?
Goblin, throw him in
fucking,
quickly.
Fucking put them all in the blender and
Yeah,
just
no,
do it.
it's
Bit
no
of
good.
money.
But also give him amnesia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen the. Are you kidding me? He's
James
got
Franco
amnesia.
hits his head
Alright.
and gets amnesia for the last half of the
All
film.
right,
and then so
allow
he's got a
me,
villain out
allow
for
me to shatter
Oh,
the foundations of your reality for quite a bit.
Oh, God,
remember
I hate you already.
the end of the
It's not-
second end of the second one.
Yeah.
He finds out. Fucking hey, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
Oh shit,
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I
He
gotta-
killed my dad. I got revenge.
I gotta kill him. I need to get
I got a
revenge.
motivation to do it. Yeah.
I got motivation to do it.
That's the first
Let's
10
do
minutes
this.
of the next film,
Whoa,
and then-
I hit my head. What happened?
Let's be
Hey,
friends
Tobey
again.
Maguire, let's be
Yeah.
friends.
That's essentially how.
I
That's,
really-
That's his entire plot. line.
Hey, Toby, I really want to know who this Spider-Man is so I can fuck him up. Do you have any idea who he is?
Oh, you've got to be kidding. I'm so glad I never saw Spider-Man.
Have you ever
3
seen?
now.
Have you ever seen an episode of Smallville? How half the people that find out his secret conveniently get amnesia. That's
Yeah, that's
exactly what
Are
it
you
was.
kidding me?
He's Smallville Spider-Man.
I can't do this no more, man. This is just.
He's fucked up.
Pretty
Are
bad.
you just-
And it
And
was just
let's
after a
not
fairly-
forget. Let's not forget.
It was
emo
after a
Tobey
half decent
Maguire.
fight scene too. That fight scene with him in the alleyway.
Yeah.
When he was on the glider, was actually a decent fight scene.
Yeah.
And then they go, he gets at the end of it, it just ends by him bumping his head and getting amnesia, and you're like, well, that was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
See, I would have to
Let's
say.
not forget emo Tobey Maguire.
That's pretty bad.
I know you guys don't know a lot
Fucking
about
strutting down. Just
I know you guys don't know a lot about Venom as a
Yeah.
character or
I
Carnage.
know a little.
Okay,
but
you know,
not-
okay.
not
I want
huge
to.
amounts.
For me, mainly because when I was a kid, I used to buy a lot of Spider-Man stuff, and to the point where I actually used to go to comic shops and look up old Venom issues. Venom as a character is actually really cool. Okay, he's the only person Spider-Man cannot fucking detect. You know how he's got his spider sense and shit? Venom is incredibly dangerous. One comic I've got at home, it's like from the late 80s, where Spider-Man and Venom are trapped on an island. Okay? This is like fucking Spider-Man Predator style.
How did he get stuck on an island?
I can't remember the premise, but the point is...
It's Spider-Man. Can't he just throw his web into the sky?
No,
and swim?
as in like a deserted island. What Spider-Man had to do, he had to fake his own death, you know, in order to be able to escape, because Venom would not stop coming after him. Like, he was hunting him down.
By the way,
Predator Army style.
I watched Amazing Spider-Man did it better, but when I rewatched the first couple of Spider-Man movies, there are so many straight up into the sky web shots, and he swings. And
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck is he swinging off?
What did you connect from?
like, God damn it, I need a cloud.
Did you ever play the original movie games?
I
And
have.
It would literally just fire shit into the sky, and it would connect to nothing.
I used to
and swing.
I would be in, like, the
love
Ultimate
playing
Games.
Ultimate Spidey on
Yeah,
the
you'd be in
GameCube.
like the suburbs and just fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and like the houses are down below, and what the fuck
Yeah.
am I connected to? Fucking flying, you know, passing zeppelins.
Throw it around that cloud.
Okay, but Carnage as well is another one of my favorite
I love
characters.
how you
I love
took out
Carnage.
Hulk.
If you ever,
Carnage is awesome.
read the Maximum Carnage storyline, which was in the early to mid '90s, they made a game on it on the Mega Drive on the Super Nintendo. It was fucking amazing. It was so cool. It had so many iconic moments, and it's one of the early moments where Spider-Man loses his shit and he's like, "That's it. I'm sick of fucking being nice. Fuck you all. You're just a bunch of pricks. I'm going to beat whoever gets in my way." Like, even civilians, because the madness was spreading, you know? But Venom done well, okay? I can understand from a fan's point of view. You want Venom to be there. You want him to be a fucking big,
Yeah.
show-stopping bad guy. And when I heard that they fucked him up in 3, It
Never
killed my
had
interest, and
anything to
I
watch, yeah.
never watched the movie. I mean, I should watch it
As
one
I
day
said,
just
it
to
wasn't
see it,
done
but-
by a fan. He wasn't a fan of Venom.
Venom,
He never
yeah.
wanted Venom.
Just
I was
wanted
getting
Sandman,
excited about having the solo Venom film, but fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2 killed that.
I liked it when Venom
But
became
now
a
that-
I
side
had no
agent,
issue
too.
with the Amazing Spider-Man films either. People were saying they were horrible. I'm like,
The
oh,
second
alright.
one was boring, but the
Um,
first one I liked. Andrew Garfield wasn't
yeah.
too bad. He had
I was-
some good moments.
I didn't like Andrew Garfield in the first one, but I liked the rest of the film.
Yeah.
The
You
second
know
one,
what?
I'm like, you
No.
know what?
I
actually
like Andrew
this guy
Garfield,
is
but I
better.
don't
I don't like the
movie too
second.
much.
I don't like Andrew Garfield in the second. I don't know if it's Andrew Garfield or Peter Parker. Peter Parker was a bitch in the second one. Think about it. He's fucking right at the beginning. He breaks up with Gwen Stacy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I see your dad everywhere.
Yeah, that was- that felt a little bit
I'll break up with
wishy-washy.
you. Okay, cool. About a week later, hey Gwen, we should hang out again. Like, you motherfucker.
It was definitely a teenage
cunt.
like,
There's
Of 'em.
teenage angst right there.
yeah,
Yeah,
Loser, the movie. You remember Loser?
I remember Loser.
That kind of story.
Like
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx as the Electro
It
dude.
was alright.
I was kind of meh about that.
It was alright, but I didn't like the dubstep part.
I love the dubstep fight at the electric plant.
Yeah, that was kind of like
Who was the other bad guy?
Hobgoblin.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was alright.
No, he was Green Goblin.
Green
Yeah, he
Goblin.
was Green Goblin
Fuck
because
yeah.
he was Norman.
Okay, rebooting the whole Green Goblin thing, I did not like that. And then at the end, throwing in Rhino for shits and giggles. They
Okay,
plastered
But
his
Paul did a good.
advertising
But
everywhere.
Paul, what's his
Paul
face,
Giamatti,
did a good job at that. And I was
Yeah.
actually looking forward to seeing that the next film was supposed to start with that.
Yeah, but nothing. And now they've gone and fucking punked out again. See, I didn't like it because if you ever saw the advertising, it's like, watch Spider-Man take on 3 villains. And at the movie theaters, they had Rhino, they had Green Goblin, they had Electro, and it was like, whoa! And then
Well, that's essentially what has just happened with Batman vs Superman, starring
Really?
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash.
Yeah.
It's basically saying that all these people are going to be in it.
they're
There's
not.
literally
uh-huh.
the entirety of the footage of Aquaman, Flash, who's the Cyborg,
Oh, Cyborg's in it as well?
cam footage,
Oh, right.
like security camera footage.
Hmm.
Literally 30 seconds in total, combining all 3.
Jesus.
I am disappointed now.
All right. Well,
Aquaman comes out of a hole, blows some bubbles, and leaves.
Is that the extent of
That is
Jason
his
Momoa?
entire
Because
fucking scene
they
in the
did,
movie.
they did such a build-up.
Yep.
Okay, look, this
The
is...
posters. He was on the posters too.
Okay, let me explain. This is how I expected it. I just want to say how I
Jason
expected
Momoa.
it based on what I know. Jason Momoa, I'm fucking Aquaman. Tweets
I kept
everywhere.
expecting, even during the last fight scene, I kept expecting the Flash or fucking Jason Momoa or fucking Cyborg or one of the people that they briefly introduced
To come back.
to rock up and stop one of those finishing blows, you know, where,
Yeah.
oh no, all is lost, we're about to lose, and then,
Fucking
you know,
superhero
Aquaman
league.
will come in and block the shot or something. I
Yeah.
thought that was legitimately going to happen.
Because, like I was saying, the
Oh,
way I
man.
expected it is from all of the coverage that Jason Momoa was like, haha, look at me, I'm fucking Arthur. I'm I remember that quote he did, look at me, my name's Arthur, and he's holding a plate of curry. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, I get it, you're Aquaman. But the way he was building it up, and the way that some of the sneak shots, like, ooh, there's a Flash costume in the background, ooh, I thought to myself, alright, in order of importance, it'll have the 3 title characters, obviously, because they've been in the trailer everywhere. Aquaman will be in there for a couple of minutes. Okay, and then maybe they'll have a snippet of the Flash and a little bit of something else. I didn't expect him to come out and blow some fucking bubbles. Is that
On
really
cam
what
footage.
he does? On cam footage, he doesn't
on
actually
on
even...
on Wonder Woman's computer because Batman doesn't open any of the files. Batman's curiosity doesn't get to him enough
boy.
to actually open the
So
computer. files.
Batman doesn't
He gets-
do the thing that he's well known for being the world's greatest detective.
Yes. So
I'm the world's greatest detective. I'm not going to detect shit today. I'm just
basically
going
what
to fight an
happens.
alien.
Basically what happens is he gets a USB port from Lex Luthor's labs or whatever.
Yeah.
Puts it in his computer. Finds this thing on into humans or Inhumans or something. Whatever it says. Basically superpowered.
Metahumans. I think that's what you're
Yes.
getting at,
Yeah. Clicks on the file. Goes the Wonder Woman symbol. I know Wonder Woman's secret. Well, I guess I'm done here. Let's not click on the other 5 files.
Video crew use your fucking ATM or something.
No, it was a photo of her from the fucking 1800s and then now. But anyway, then
Well,
Wonder Woman
We
gets...
can,
then
we can
Wonder...
clearly see Lou's pissed off about that.
Wait,
See
it
this
gets
scathing.
better. Wonder Woman gets the file,
Uh-huh.
the files,
Yeah.
and goes, oh no, they know my secret. Let's check out these other guys. Not even kidding. I wish I was kidding.
Oh man.
She is the one that opens the files for the other people, and you literally see like 10 seconds of footage of each one.
This is nah. Fuck it. Nah.
Dude,
I wish I was joking. I
look,
really wish I was joking.
I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. Any boner that I had for this movie, it's now inverse. You've given me a negative erection.
Yeah.
That's why when people are like, I'm going to see it anyway, it can't be that bad, I'm like, alright. Enjoy, buddy.
Now I want to see it for how bad it is.
Spider-Man 3 is better.
Wow.
I didn't get bored
if
during...
you said
I was
if
horrified
fantastic
by some of the scenes in
Spider-Man 3
Spider-Man
is a
3.
hot, steaming pile of shit.
I know, I was
That
never bored though.
Holy shit.
I was too outraged to be bored.
Fucking
you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna explain.
And I didn't like Spectre either.
Wait, Spectre was in this as well.
No,
As in
James Bond.
James Bond Spectre.
Oh right, yeah.
Still more entertaining than this.
Far out.
I think you already heard my rants on Spectre.
Yep.
I remember clearly.
Alright, we'll call it there. So basically, at the end of all this, it is painfully clear.
So
Everyone knows
essentially,
this.
You've just listened to an hour of Aaron rant about Batman
But
vs Superman.
not only...
Well,
Start me up on a movie I actually
we've
hate.
basically just kind of...
Daniel
brought out-
prefaced this, okay? He did say, we're going to start this with Aaron going BVS, and he even did the introduction. He gave you the glasses and the podium, so we kind of knew. It's like, and seriously,
And now-
if you guys did not know what you're in for, shame on you.
It's
You
like,
knew
wait,
this
you're going to
coming.
let me rant
You
about my opinion on
walk
a
up
movie?
to the podium.
Once?
You walk up to the podium with your glasses and your notes, and then at the end of it, you're with like a cigarette and
Has
it's
the tie
unbuckled
loosened
like,
around the neck.
and this is why Spider-Man 3 is better than fucking Batman and shit.
Have you seen the ad where it says? Have you seen the ad? Like it was like clickbait,
Yeah.
and it said why the Deadpool from X-Men Wolverine Origins was
Yes,
better than
yes, I
better than
saw
the new
that.
one.
I love that
And then you
comic.
click on it, and he's like, "I just wanted some clicks, man. I got nothing."
I had nothing. And you know what?
And I clicked on it because I'm like,
Same.
after my Jar
I
Jar Binks
shared-
theory,
I
I
shared
think
it
I
to
did.
you.
Like,
I
after
shared it
the
to you
Jar
all,
Jar
yeah.
Binks thing, I was like, well, let's see what he has to say.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and it's a whole comic strip going, wow, you actually clicked on this?
Alright,
And after a couple of panels, it's just like, oh man, shit, look, you don't know how hard it is coming up with new
Alright.
content, man.
Well, all right.
Anyway, yeah.
Wait,
With
can I
that,
say one last thing before
yeah,
we close
all right,
off?
yep.
7 last things.
Okay, no, you know how we were talking about Aaron coming up to the podium? I
Yep.
just expect him, he's at a big fucking conference hall, BVS lecture, is what he's got there.
And at the end, the podium is broken because I've thrown it at somebody in the audience
No,
who
no,
said,
no.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's like it was from a podium and then it's turned into like a stand-up thing because he's gotten
I've
rid of the
tilted
podium.
it over and I'm sitting on it having a cigarette.
Like,
No. I was just, no. Mine's a lot more direct. He just walks into the podium, does his thing, shuffles his notes, and then he just sets it on fire. And then he walks off. And that's it. That's my lecture on PBS today.
It's pretty good. It's how I feel.
All right, well, all right. I think at the end of it all, we all know this, but we're just gonna say it because we're just gonna say it. Marvel is the kings of superhero.
Yeah.
DC essentially with this movie just went, hello Marvel, here's your crown.
It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
Marvel, you win.
there's no signs that DC is ever gonna take over.
I do
and
love their TV shows. That's all I
Yeah.
can say about
They're
DC
doing pretty
stuff.
good in the
Their
TV.
I'm
TVs.
looking forward to their animated shit more than I'm looking
Same.
forward to.
I just finished watching Bad Blood. It was okay, but that sort of, I'm kind of getting bored with the Damien arc.
Which one's Bad Blood?
It's the third movie in the they did that
It was,
Son of Batman, Batman vs Robin, and then Bad Blood.
I haven't seen Bad
Bad Blood is basically
It literally just
the
came
Owls
out.
one.
Oh,
the,
okay.
No, that's
that's Batman
vs Robin.
that's
the one with the
the
quarterback.
one. That's the quarterback
Yeah.
one.
And they keep being like they're still all right, but they keep being less good than the one before them. Son of Batman was
so
good.
Still, it's
I
better
enjoyed
than
Son
the
of
fucking
Batman.
live action shit.
Batman vs Robin was still okay, but it was less than this one.
And
And
now
this
this
one was
one's
still
this one,
okay, but it was less than. So I'm like, if they make it, but fucking Teen Titans versus
that one I want to
Justice
see.
League looks
That I wanna
good,
see.
and it's set in that universe with Damien being one of the Titans.
I
Oh,
actually
shit.
do like. Yeah, I the
They've
whole
all,
Teen
I didn't
Titans
realize
versus
that they were
Little
setting that up, but when I started watching Bad Blood, I was realizing that that's what they're setting
That's
up.
what they're building up to.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
Anyway,
fucking DC, focus on your animated shit. It's
and
a lot better.
your TV series.
And
Don't
your-
let them go.
Yeah,
The Flash, man.
I wanna
Fucking
see
love it.
iZombie.
Love it so much.
yeah. All right, and with that, we end this podcast. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, download the podcast.
Aaron's
And-
fucked off already.
Aaron
I'm
just-
out.
This
See.
is Batman vs Superman trailer.
All right, and with that, we'll end it there.
Peace out, everyone.
All right, later.